Price is Right. Plinko. Remember that? Price is Right. God almighty. I can't even watch that. Ugh. If it's on mainstream TV now, it is literally, I can't even watch it for like even a second. It's just so nauseating. God, if you're still watching TV, oh my God. It was hard for us. The only way we were able to get away from TV is we couldn't pay the bill. Back in 2008, they finally cut us off, and we couldn't get it back. And then the internet kind of started working, and we learned to go on the internet. And dear God, it was like being set free. We didn't know. We just didn't know. And you should have known, because back then when you were watching TV, TV seemed to, normal and so forth, until you went to a place like a waiting room or something, or a classroom where they brought in a TV and they turned on the TV and you were watching it with people watching it with you. It seemed like you could cut through the programming, because it was like, I remember I was watching in a doctor's office, the Regis and Kelly, and they had the, what was that song I got? What Does the Fox Say? Well, they did that song on that show, and they had these girls dressed up like foxes and stuff. And it was so embarrassing. Had I watched it at home, probably wouldn't have been. But if you've ever watched regular TV in public, you know what I'm talking about. They come on with the commercials or whatever, and you're like uneasy and embarrassed, because it's like somehow that programming gets cut somehow. Cut through. TV, bad. You're being programmed. You're being brainwashed. Guy that lives with us has his MSNBC just 24/7 on his screen while he's working on his computer. But in the background, that fucking thing is just beep, 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 beep. You will believe this. You will believe this. Oliver! Callie! Come on, Ollie! This is reality. This is reality. This is, 24/7. So turn off your TV, please. And just get rid of it. You don't need it. Unless it's, hooked to the internet. You're watching YouTube or something. Movies. I don't even know if I'd watch movies now. In fact, I told you yesterday, the movie that they're running here in reality, I wouldn't watch it either. You just know there's a movie running. Now they're trying to convince you this latest storm out of the Gulf is going to be a 5, when it's only it's less than a 1. But they're trying to talk you into it, because they know if you believe it, you are a creator and you will make it a 5. So don't. Oliver! Ollie! Oliver! Don't get Callie killed, please. Ollie! Oliver! Fuck me. Oliver! He went down towards the road there. Somebody's coming. It's Callie, I think. All right, good boys and girls and whatever you are. And some cheese. Some cheese. Good girl, boy, Callie. Charlie Callie. Okay, all right. You were here first, so you get yours first. Whoop. Oliver. Okay. All right, let's go. Anyway, yes, I know it'll be hard for you, but turn it off. It is just. Anyway, what started that was Price is Right. They had a game on there called the plinko, and you drop a chip at the top, and it would just bounce from peg to peg to peg to peg, and hopefully it'll drop in the right slot. Well, right now, instead of me just hearing God and doing what He says, my life is like a plinko. Like I'll plink over here, and then oh, plink over there, and oh, and plink over there, and hopefully you get in the right slot. And so, like I plinked the other day into a good slot. I was going to go buy a motorcycle, and it had a rust issue previous, and he said he fixed it. Lie. But now it was not running right. Truth. But I didn't want to tell my son about it because I knew he wouldn't go for anything that had rust in it, because we've had nothing but bad luck, basically, with rusty shit. You can't put a filter on it, it won't work. Anyway, so the plinko said, you need to tell your son about that. So I told him. He goes, no, man, don't buy that. You know it's bad. And I went like, oh, okay. So I plinked to my came to my senses. Called the guy and said, we're going to go with something else. Okay. So that's how I got plinkoed right into the right slot. What is it, the $1,000 slot or $10,000, whatever. Anyway, I was applying for a FEMA federal assistance. I had to stop my application process to come on my walk. Paula's wonderful husband Warren, who was the DJ at my wedding, which is anniversary is October 30th, I think. It's Halloween, whenever Halloween is going to bring a chainsaw. And we'll see if we can't cut our chainsaw out of the tree. See previous videos. And cut another cut in it to make it so I don't have to crawl under that damn tree every day, twice a day, twice. I mean, I got to get on my hands and knees and crawl under the fucking thing. And I don't get back up. Well, I can get down all right, but getting back up really sucks. So anyway, take my jacket off. See if I don't sweat. What was that noise, Callie? If I don't sweat, I don't have to take a shower. Yay. Come on, Callie girl. Come on. Charlie girl, Callie, Charlie boy. Whoever you are. Who are you? Who are you? Are you Charlie? Are you Charlie? You sure act like Charlie. When we first got her, Charlie used to, if you had food for him, and he knew you were taking it to the place where you set the bowl down, he would do circles. Circle, 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 circle. And when we first got her, she did that. She quit doing it, but she did do that. It was like, holy crap. If I had to put my money on something, I'd say that was Charlie reincarnated. But if you're somebody reincarnated, like David Wilcock is reincarnated, I never can think of that guy's name. Anyway, some guy who's really famous and psychic and all that shit. David Wilcock even looks like him, which this dog looks like Charlie. Edgar Casey. And he figured out that he was Edgar Casey reincarnated. Well, you don't all of a sudden believe you don't all of a sudden become Edgar Casey and think like him. And, all he said is, when I figured out I was Edgar Casey reincarnated, I realized I had my work cut out for me, because he, from his childhood, was already he was already following in the methods and so forth that Edgar Casey had been doing. So he was just naturally doing what Edgar Casey did. And once he figured out he was actually Edgar Casey reincarnated, nothing changed. He just kept, he just figured, okay, so you don't go, oh, and have all your memories, I guess. Maybe that's it. You don't have all your memories. Maybe he's got some. Maybe the dog has some. I don't know. I think she just is just real happy to be with us, and I think that's enough. So anyway, if you can't hear God directly, maybe he'll plinko you if you'll try to listen, and you get plinkoed into the right decisions. Okay, so plink on, dude.